Elias McGraw had never needed much from the world. A cabin of rough-hewn logs perched high in the Blue Ridge Mountains, a rifle always within reach, and the endless company of towering pines. That was his life. Solitude suited him. It had been 10 years since he'd left the towns and their troubles behind, choosing instead the company of silence and wind. People whispered about him when they came into the trading post at the bottom of the valley. Mountain man, wild, loner, dangerous. Elias never corrected them. He had no reason to. The mountain gave him all he needed: deer in the thickets, fish in the streams, and a roof over his head. Yet even a mountain man had to eat more than smoked venison and bread gone stale. He knew how to trap, how to roast, how to stew, but he didn't know how to make food taste like anything other than fuel. Lately, the emptiness of his meals had started to gnaw at him, almost as much as the emptiness of his nights. He would sit by the fire after a day of chopping wood or hauling stones and chew on his plane, fare while shadows thickened around him. Something inside him whispered of missing pieces. He shoved that voice down with another bite of dry biscuit. The town's general store was where fate shifted his path. Elias went there once a month for coffee, flour, and gunpowder. He liked to go early when the place was quiet. But that morning the shop bell jingled just as he stepped to the counter. A woman entered, wrapped in a faded shawl, moving carefully as if each step carried extra weight. Elias had noticed her before, weeks back. At the church bazaar he passed through on his way to trade pelts. Widow Thompson, they called her. Younger than most widows, maybe 24. With a belly that spoke of life inside her, she carried herself with the strength of someone who had learned too soon how to endure. The storekeeper, old Mr. Hanley, greeted her with a sigh. "Morning, Mrs. Thompson, you're late on your account again. Times are hard, I know, but..." Her voice, soft but steady, cut through. "I'll find a way to pay. Mr. Hanley, I just need flour, beans, and a bit of salt. Nothing more." Elias studied her from beneath his hat brim. He had no business caring about strangers, but something in the woman's tone held him, like she was fighting to stand tall while the world pressed down on her shoulders. Hanley's reply was gruff. "You need work, and fast. But what work is there for a woman in your condition?" The widow flushed, clutching her shawl tighter. "I can cook. I can clean. I'm not afraid of hard work." And then Hanley glanced at Elias. "What about you, McGraw? Don't you live up there like a bear in that cabin? You could use someone to make your meals taste like more than bark and ash." Elias frowned, ready to wave off the idea. But before he spoke, the widow lifted her chin and looked at him directly. Her eyes, gray as a winter sky, met his, unflinching. "If you'll hire me, I'll cook. I'll work for food, a bed, and